one more thing too before I get and go work out. And once I go work out, I'm about to go ham. So you make sure I got my music. See, this thing is your Bluetooth to talk through and listen to music. Richard. Y'all know I gotta have that. But I'm just going to speak for this Nissan Altima. I think most of them Altimas got the same mileage intervals though. Like, a lot of people focus on just changing their oil, which yes, you want to make sure you change your oil every 3,000 miles conventional, every 5,000 miles synthetic, fully synthetic. But people forget about your transmission fluid. They forget about your brake fluid. You forget about your coolant. You know, you forget about those three things. I think you have your oil you have to change, you have your brake fluid, you have your coolant, you have your transmission fluid. Those are all the fluids that should be changed over certain mileage intervals. And I just found out the mileage interval for this car for the transmission, and you should change the transmission fluid for this Nissan 2016 Nissan Altima every 60,000 miles. Now the brake fluid, I gotta find out, but I believe, I could be wrong. I believe the brake fluid is every 30,000, I think. I have to look up. I got my mileage interval sheet at home. So I think it's 30,000 for the brake fluid, you know, 3,000 conventional, 5,000 fully synthetic for your oil. And for your coolant, I have to look that up. I'm not too sure. But don't forget about your other fluids, guys, because if you don't change your brake fluid, the brake fluid, you know, chemicals, it breaks down to where it doesn't effectively work to lubricate your braking system, because your cars have a hydraulic system. So every time you push your foot on the brake pedal then activates into the brake booster, and the brake booster then pulls fluid from the reservoir and it pushes it out to each wheel hubs. So after a while, when it breaks down, it's not going to fully work as effectively. And then of course your transmission fluid, you can't play around with that. When the chemical that works, that keeps your transmission lubricated, is not at its full max, your transmission starts to slip, it starts to wear and tear. I mean, you just got to keep these fluids at optimum level. And then, oh, your AC. Don't forget to recharge your AC every couple of years, because the Freon, sometimes you might leak a little bit out, you might have a leak, so you need to get your parts checked. And then Freon just loses, you know, everything loses its full capability, so you need to recharge it or change it out. So what I'm saying is, just don't forget your other fluid. It's more to a car than just the oil change, is all I'm saying.